Missoula. There wasn't Sloan's house, and there wasn't my house, and there wasn't even Lewis and Clark School. There were no houses here. And in the winter time, it would snow and it would snow, and these mountains up here, you can see them, would get covered in snow. And then in the springtime, when it warmed up, that snow would melt and it would come rushing out of the mountains through Patty Creek, right down through that canyon. And when it got to here, where is an open valley, all that water would rush out of the mountains and then it would spread out. And when it spread out, it created the perfect spot for our Columbia spotted frogs to live. It was shallow, and it was warm, and it was protected with lots of cattails and vegetation, so they had lots and lots of shelter and lots of habitat. And then things started to change, and people started to move into Missoula. Then they built my house, and they built Sloan's house, and they might have built Miss Winter's house, and they built Lewis and Clark School, and we lost some of that important shelter for our frogs. Okay, so here's our first experiment. What's going to happen to our frogs when we change the amount of shelter? If we take some of our shelter away from our frogs, what's going to happen? So I'm going to pull out a few of these, a few of our shelter cards. And then I'm going to throw these guys back out. Whoa. Here come our resources. So now we've built houses. We don't have the big wetland anymore. All right, and let's see what happens to our frogs. Does anybody have a hypothesis of what they think is going to happen here? All right, go ahead and hold it in your head if you think you know what's going to happen, and let's do the experiment. On your marks, get set, go find your resources. Go, froggies, go. Remember, you need water for everything. All right. If you don't have, all right. I need 2 ears. If you don't have 1 food, 1 water, and 1 shelter, 3 cards in your hand, go ahead and sit down right where you are. Sit down on the ground if you don't have them.